Friends, Christmas is a wonderful time of the year, but it could also be a very sad time. Today I had a wonderful day. I got 3 beautiful posts on my timeline from a very dear, more than friend of mine. And then I went to my son's house and spent a good part of the day with my grandson, and who's 4.5 years old, and he's a cutie. Just awesome. And my son, I had a great time, and I got a lot of great gifts. Obviously, Santa forgave me for shooting Rudolph in the eye with my Daisy Red Ryder that he gave me many, many years ago. But now I'm home and I'm alone. Just like Macaulay Culkin was in the movie. And I'm thinking about, after I saw some posts from a dear friend of mine on her cute little puppies, I'm thinking about the cat I lost, Mr. Bigglesworth. I'll show you what he looked like. This is a platinum replica of him. You can see his beautiful face. I had this made from actually the finest silver from the north of Spain that I used to get when I used to order fine brandy from there years ago. So I had it molded. It actually weighs 25 pounds. The exact weight of Mr. Bigglesworth, who's been gone. This is the 5th Christmas without him, and I'm kind of sad right now. What happened, in case you didn't know, he was captured by the Israeli Mossad and cooked and served on a platter in a Chinese restaurant in Woodbury, Long Island. Yeah, folks, the Jews ate well that night. In fact, I even heard they washed him down with some cheap Manischewitz, and they gave the waiter a whopping tip of $2. And the bill was probably about $150. Let me tell you about Mr. Bigglesworth. This is not the same Mr. Bigglesworth that you saw in the movie with Dr. Evil and Austin Powers. This was not Dr. Evil's cat, whose real name was J.T. Bigglesworth. This is R.J. Bigglesworth, who left the abode of Dr. Evil and came to live with me because he could not deal with Dr. Evil's evil, heinous, insidious ways. As you know, if you don't know, Dr. Evil worked for the Zionist Anglo-American Empire. Yeah, he worked for the Jews, just like Barack Obama does. So he came to me because he knew I was a staunch advocate and was waging war against the Zionist Anglo-American Empire. Now, Mr. Bigglesworth was not the fastest of cats. But I'll tell you this, whenever my ex-devil-in-law came over, and she happened to be Jewish, or whenever he smelt a bagel for that matter, he would jack up his speed to about 250 miles an hour. And run and hide, where I don't know. It could have been under a couch and a sofa. We were living in a galleon on the Gulf Ocean Mile on the beach, so it was a very big condo, 4,000 square feet. But he'd stay there until my ex-devil-in-law was probably a mile away. He could smell evil probably from a good 2-3 miles. Now, I'm very sad today when I look at this beautiful face, and I'm here, and I swore this wasn't going to be a blue Christmas, but it's turning out to be without this great personage. Now, Mr. Bigglesworth, I'll tell you this. Whenever I went shopping with my ex-wife and we came home, Mr. Bigglesworth would actually say "Grandpa" to me and jump on me. Now, I can't really swear to that in a court of law. Well, I would, because I'd lie in a court of law. They're all a bunch of fucking Jews anyway. Freemasonic bench bar monopoly. But I was on a lot of drugs at the time, so between friends, I can't attest to the validity of what I just said, because I might have been mistaken. However, what I'd like you to do, and I did this before in another video, is to ask you folks to please look at that adorable, gorgeous, lovely, magnificent, wonderful, delectable, delightful face and say a prayer that Mr. Bigglesworth will return to me. Because as you probably heard, cats have 9 lives. So say that prayer. Bow your head in silence for a moment for the Phoenix and his dear old buddy, Buster, whose real name, and his legal name, and this I swear to, was Mr. Bigglesworth, because that's what I named him. Maybe he will return. Let's bow our heads in silence. Thank you, friends. It's a fucking blue Christmas.